Welcome back to the Always Smiling Faces podcast on the Gallagher Shots YouTube channel. You join us now for a Q&A.
How posh was that?
We're literally going to have to get him on every week because he didn't stutter or anything.
Do you want us to stutter just
He didn't slap like Mark.
Welcome to the Always Smiling Faces podcast.
Wow! Wow!
Sorry.
So, has anyone seen the video that Mark does after Bruce leaves and he's faced the camera like this? Like this. He's recording himself like this, like Lee Ryder style. Now he's like ties all out. So he's like this, but he spits. You can see a bit of spit.
Is this when Bruce leaves, did you say?
No, I'm predicting the future.
When Rafa leaves. Celebration out there right now.
There's a bit of spit starts forming on his lips, right? Then obviously that's going, so that's going. Then he just fires towards camera.
Blocks him out.
And he didn't even know it happened. Obviously he didn't know. So then he came in anyway. You see that bit of spit that flew out your mouth? He was like, well, no, I didn't see that. So he's fast forwarding the video going, it's about here, it's about here.
There you go. Right, okay. Did you catch that?
Speaking of spitting, I met Jamie Carragher the other week.
Okay.
Like last week.
He apologised though, didn't he?
You did. Well, you still didn't. Just because you apologised didn't stop him from doing it. He still did it. But he was a good lad, actually. Really good.
He loves it, man. He's a good lad.
Absolutely class.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
First question, is Cara a nice lad? There we go. What does Mark's spit taste like? Okay.
I like where this is going.
Jason Hobby asks, this is a long one, after NUFC Twitter promoted
That's what she said.
Henry Survey during the Africa Cup of Nations 2019, for him to be left out of the 25-man squad, it's an essay this, it appears no manager, in brackets even Rafa, wants him at Newcastle, with him contracted until the 30th of June 2021, should he hand in a transfer request.
Someone's been on
Slash
Wikipedia.
the club sell him and try to recoup some of the 5.4 million.
Jesus Christ, Jason, you've gone for it there, mate. I'll tell you that.
There's a follow-up, I think. Oh, God's sake, there is.
There's more.
We talk about players who we feel should be in the team, but what about the forgotten who didn't make the cut? Why play callback during pre-season? He's not made it. Another for me who needs to be off books. How much do we think we'd make by selling the players who didn't make it?
Well done, Jason. You've had a good go at that one. So Sevilla, where is Sevilla? Was he the only player that didn't come back?
He was in the other half of the horse that was waiting for the metro this morning.
You don't mention this horse.
I love this horse. I love it so much.
He's still in Africa, isn't he? No, yeah.
He went to the African Cup of Nations, didn't he?
He got the final, I think. Or the semis.
In Senegal?
Is he Senegalese?
Didn't think so.
No.
Is he? No, he might be
Ghana?
Senegalese. No, he's not Ghana. He's Atu's Ghana. Where's he from?
One of them African countries. Is that correct?
Yes, I think so.
Just.
Are you going to be one of those ones that didn't realise Africa was a continent?
No.
I hate it when people do that.
Anyway,
so where is he?
He's not in Turkey anymore. Did he come back? Did he ever come to pre-season?
No, I know he didn't because he was away. He was away at the African Cup of Nations, so he never made pre-season.
So where's he now?
Well, he'll be back at the club now.
Terrace bar.
No, I think he is.
Well, he has to be. He's employed by a woman. He's not in a club. He's not on loan anyway.
The Jack Rodwell of NUFC.
He definitely hasn't gone anywhere. Adam, check it out.
Can you find?
We might have to send like a search party out, yeah.
No. It's going on the whiteboard next week. Where is Survey?
Like, where is he?
I don't know.
He's 100% back at us.
He's going to be one of those Newcastle players that fades into obscurity, though. Unfortunately, like Pancrat.
He's still with it. Who signed him?
I know he's.
No, Survey.
McLaren?
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it? It wasn't that year.
It was the January. It was the January panic buy.
I want to say McLaren, but I'm not sure if it was.
It was.
Was it
January before it went down?
Yeah, it was.
If we're wrong, someone will tell we're wrong. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
But no, I think I agree with the comment about playing like callback in pre-season and stuff. Like he played Aaron's every game in pre-season pretty much.
Window though, isn't it?
And then he's away. Well, not away. But
yeah. So on the last podcast, the question was who's going to get the most game time out of the fringe players, and we said Aaron's every single one. I think they said Aaron's.
I didn't. I don't think.
Who would you say?
I don't know.
Said Aaron's.
My thing with that question is though, what would Survey have brought to that game?
He's a midfielder.
I was a winger though, isn't he?
No, I said midfielder.
Centre midfield.
Deep line.
He's centre mid.
So we had.
It's been so long since I've seen a player. I forgot what he does.
We had Keegan. He's a centre midfielder. He didn't make the bench.
Yeah, that's true.
So nothing.
I'll be honest about him though. So honestly, every time I've seen him play, I would never say he's been awful.
Yeah.
Like, he's never been that bad of a player.
He's like the Media Bead sort of player, isn't he?
I like him and all. He reminds us a bit of that. What's he called for Everton? He's went to Paris Saint-Germain now.
Gay.
Yeah. Obviously not as good as him, like, but that style of player. But he's never had a chance. Like, obviously he's not good enough. He mustn't be shown anything in training. I mean,
he's never there.
Well, he was since bloody McLaren left, surely. He played
I'm not sure,
He scored against West Ham last week. So he must have done something to get into that team at that point, and that's what that
He also cocked up massively before that.
He did.
He did.
So
next,
free survey. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Well, you can't get.
Let's find him.
Find him, free him, let him go.
Yeah.
He'll just be sitting there just rolling.
Maybe he was on the boat before the game. That's
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Right.
No,
next.
Next.
Dave at David Ridley asks, do we, and he's kindly put in brackets NUFC in case we forgot who we're talking about here, need to get relegated in order to force Ashley out without TV money, etc. Is he more likely to sell up?
Absolute bollocks.
Because you get relegated, you still get TV money.
already
You don't
said
get
he's
as much, but you still get... Let's be honest, we're being relegated twice, and he hasn't
He's
gone.
going to own us forever.
Yeah.
He's going to die, and he's going to come back in like a, I don't know, like binary form, and he'll be back, and he'll be like...
Be in the clouds.
Yeah.
Be in the clouds.
He'll do for me.
He's not going unless someone pays the money to buy the club. And
besides, Dubai wasn't even real. We've found out now.
Wasn't it?
It was just publicity, according to the dentist and everyone else talking about it.
Really?
It's been completely poo-pooed.
Jesus Christ.
Do you not read? Oh, my dick is off Twitter, so I wouldn't know.
Doesn't surprise us though in the
Wait, apparently it was
being
just
had, man. We're being had.
them using publicity to
Now,
what?
now-
I don't know. Like, what do they get from it?
I don't know.
Now the majority will think it's just Ashley making it all up. Like it's Ashley's fault that everything fell down. 9/11's his fault. Everything, right? But it's proven now that Dubai thing was an absolute load of bullshit. It's a load of bollocks.
Only because I've said it though.
No, because I had read, before I went off Twitter, I had read that. I'm sure it was either Luke Edwards or someone else put it on, and then that bloody capital, what's he called, the DJ bloke. I'm sure he come out and says, "Yeah, sorry, it was just near good, like publicity, near good."
But what did they achieve from that?
Well, it does get them out there. I didn't know they were.
To do what? But what? I still don't know what to do.
Set up monochrome. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe
Like,
it's that
I
guy
still
used to
don't
wear
know
the
what
black
to
and
do.
white robe to the match. Just him.
He was on the boat as well.
Absolute all bullshit, the whole lot.
Oh God. Right.
I still cannot believe though. You know, I'm going to go right back here.
Fooled everyone though,
that
didn't it?
article that got
Classed it
released.
on Twitter, I'll be honest.
You know that article that got released that started all of this off. Remember the one from the Sun, wasn't it? I think, and the exclusive
Yeah,
on Sunday night.
Covered it.
Someone tweeted him saying,
How can it be that far, like that sort of big, and that much sort of almost what looked like at the time actual facts, to now being where we are now? That was all bullshit.
I think the Sun guy was taking a punt.
God,
and it was like, you know, because if he'd got that right, can you imagine, like, how, I don't know.
But he should be sacked. How's he got a job? How can he have a job reporting on things when it's utter bullshit?
You liar.
Great, yeah, anyone could do that. Anyone could do that.
He's
Like,
been duped by Dubai.
you might as well just say what the next week lottery numbers are going to be this.
What was the question?
Like,
What question?
The ones that you're reading?
oh, sorry,
Oh man, he's joined me now.
Do we need to get relegated in order to force him out? Basically.
Nah,
absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely.
I don't want to. How can you want to see us go down in that dress again?
Because people are under the impression if we get relegated, we'll go.
We'll come back up. We've done it twice.
Yeah.
So there's one thing Ashley can prove is that he can bounce back from each relegation.
Yeah.
Because he knows it. Well, he doesn't know what to do, but.
It's
Be careful, you're praising him, be careful.
I just mean as in like we've had 2 relegations under him, but we've come back up each season.
Well,
Because
people are expecting we're to get relegated to the point where someone's going to buy it, but it's not the case. The club's going to get sold if someone's going to come in and say,
we need at least 5
there's
years
the money you want for it.
in the Premier
There's
League.
what's going to happen with Sports Direct around the ground for the next 5 years. You can have the club shop. You can own the right to the crest. That's when he's going to sell the club.
Aye.
That's what's going to happen.
If we go down and he sells, we'll be the next Sunderland. Telling you now.
Yeah.
We'll be in League One fighting for our life.
That's
That's
the thing.
exactly what will happen.
I'm not praising Ashley for getting us back up. I mean, obviously we've had 2
No, but you're fact- you're right what you're saying.
master strokes. I think you go back to that Daily Mail thing that you just dissected, and you said, you know, when he was at the training ground and stuff, and he was getting involved in that. I don't think he would ever want to see us drop to League One.
No, I agree.
But is that because he
We can't afford to.
anything with
That's
the club,
when,
or is that because of him?
that's when the business mind kicks in, because he's thinking, oh crap,
That's damaging for him.
I need to get back up there, get that TV money,
Yeah.
and then he's not going to sell again.
And you look at the 2 squads that were had the first time we went down and the second time. That was fantastic.
It's a
squads for that
merry-go-round.
team.
They were good squads.
Fantastic
But it's
squads.
who was he pointing as a manager? That's what the problem was.
Well,
But Houghton
yeah.
Houghton did a job and got us up.
Yeah.
I imagine that if we had imagine Steve Bruce in the Championship, they'd obviously get us immediately relegated to League 2 because it's Bruce. But you know,
That's a good one actually. I'm asking the question not even there. The same squad that we had, it wasn't Rafa. Let's say someone else come in. I have no idea who. I have to be honest. Maybe say Steve Bruce then. Do you think we would have come back?
I'd be worried if another manager couldn't get promotion with that team.
I agree.
I've never been so buzzing to be in the Championship when Rafa was there.
Yeah. Oh, it was fantastic.
No, I agree as well.
It was fantastic.
I was shocked we didn't win the league by more. We beat Brighton by literally the last second.
Brighton,
Jack Grealish
season,
Jack
didn't
Grealish.
Not they did a great season.
Brighton had one of those seasons where everything went for them. Every single decision. I think they had a penalty every single game.
I don't think other managers could have... Brighton's team weren't great, I didn't think. I mean, on paper, I'm only talking paper.
No, but the media darlings, weren't they?
That doesn't mean you get 90 points in the Championship just because you media darlings.
I know, but they were getting an extra point every single game for the dives. Glenn Murray was diving every single week.
Maybe.
So no,
I don't think Glenn Murray would have gotten that many goals in our team. Anyway, move on.
Aye. Marty Lawrence. Do you think Hayden and Longstaff, with an E, can rekindle their successful partnership together, or will Shelby's presence as the senior man prevent this?
So he doesn't like Shelby then? I guess.
No, I think... Is this in relation to the actual game we've just seen, though?
Now, I've got to worry about that formation, right? The formation, them three in midfield are brilliant. I think them three do sound great on paper, but for some reason I keep seeing Hayden being the more offensive-minded out of all of them. And I honestly thought Hayden would have been the one that sat in front of the back three.
Oh, we're missing Diarmi?
Nah, definitely. It's been 90 minutes, man. Now and a half game of football, man. Now and a half.
I know, but Diarmi is that player who you know for fine well he's going to do that job.
But Diarmi was on and off, wasn't he? Diarmi had some absolutely dreadful games at the end of last season.
But he was, but so was not Longstaff, so was Shelby.
Oh, well, yeah.
It was Hayden and Longstaff towards the end. That were
the Man City game.
Diarmi never got a game because if we give him one more game, we'll give him a contract. So he never played for months, really.
I said last week that Shelby needs a good season this year. He needs it because let's be honest with you, he could probably count them on one hand how many good games he's had since he's joined.
I don't know what needs to be rekindled. I think it won't take that long for them to get back to it. It's just we've played that one game where they've not had a good game.
I actually thought Hayden was alright.
Five games is when you can really make like actual claims on that. But
that was Longstaff's poorest game since he's came into the team. But it's one game. It's one game, isn't it?
I think Shelby's going to play out of his skin now.
I think so as well.
And he wants to. I think.
Do you know what I can't get used to? And he does it every single game. So he does the ball, he does this, then he reacts. I'm like, he's gone. Like he's already gone, and I can't get away with that.
I thought he tracked back a lot more than I've ever seen him on Sunday.
But he's so slow, isn't he?
Well, he might be
so slow.
Well, but Diarmi wasn't bloody Linford Christie, like. Do you know what I mean? Like. You know what I mean? Like, I know he might be slow, but there was one bit he did amazing. I thought it was almost not on one goal line, but it was certainly in our box. And he won the ball and then ran out with it. He did really well. And I thought I've never seen him in that area.
Is that when he went and got tackled?
No, that was another bit on the far side.
He kept the ball for too long. He
won the ball really well, then carried it.
The fella that you just won the ball off caught up and I went, give it away. Like just move the ball further up the pitch.
Sorry.
Because
I know you're going to read one. No matter what you say there, you're right. I know exactly what point you meant. He showed about him out to play, got the ball, carried it, and then that lad caught him back up. Zero movement in front of Shelby, by the way. And I've slagged off Shaw in the last one. In fairness to him, every time he got the ball and brought it out of midfield, there was zero movement.
Yeah.
And nothing in front of him, you know. Now everyone's just standing still. And it's difficult, isn't it?
That's where you're probably missing Almiron on the wing.
Maybe, because I worry about the lack of width completely, but sometimes I'm criticising the person that's constantly giving the ball away. But really, is there anything happening in front of him?
I just want to see that front three.
It was a baptism of fire for that team yesterday, I think. Yeah. Even the ones who'd been there for a while, because everything was stacked against them in a way. And you've got to remember, I think people haven't really seen this mentioned, but people are forgetting that we were so late to get prepared for the season.
So late.
We didn't have a manager. We brought 4 players in the last 12 games of the transfer, 12 days of the transfer window, something daft like that. We weren't prepared as a football club going into a new season. So this is our learning curve right now at the start of the season when it shouldn't have been.
Absolutely.
It's interesting though because Almiron's obviously had Copa America and he actually looked like he's been playing all summer and still managed to come back with the speed and the flair that he had at the start of the year.
That's what worries about some players though, because they go away and they're so used to a system under like national team, and like Almiron hasn't really had a break. And he's coming back into our team, a whole different setup, and you're like, how quick can he adjust to your new teammates and everything like that?
I mean, how long
in a brand new position for him?
How long's Bruce been there now? Is it 4 weeks?
Something daft. Well, he arrived in China in the second game in China.
He's not slept, I think.
Whenever that
entire time.
So there's no way, whatever it is he's trying to get across, whatever style of football he's wanting to play, there's no way that the players can know that or have that in by now. It's impossible. Kind of did.
I don't even know what position they're playing in.
But anyway,
Next
question.
Yeah. Emil Franchi asks, what sandwich did I buy before recording?
Yeah. I actually saw you eat that sandwich and I didn't know what it was.
Was it chicken in there stuffing?
Oh, no, close.
Alright, so it had chicken in because you was like this.
Chicken and bacon.
Chicken and bacon. It's a good choice, that, mate.
Nice,
Where was it from?
SO Garage.
Was it Emil Deal? Emil Deal?
Hey, yes! Good one, like it. I like that. That's really good, that is. Emil Deal.
I'm so proud of myself.
Hey, that's really
I didn't even realise till I thought back.
Hey, that's got to be the shot of the night, that, like. That's true. See, I like humour like that.
I'm 26 on Saturday, and you want to know how many years of my life that I have heard that.
Oh, have you?
Oh, have you heard that before?
Oh, Emil for 2, we've had it all, you know.
Oh, have you? Oh.
Emil for 2.
I passed my driving test, the Meals on Wheels.
There's any more? There's going to be a full video just in itself.
I really like McDonald's Happy Meal.
Amazing.
That's what they make jokes about me all.
Fantastic, man.
Right.
Emil Deal, so amazing.
Yes, it was. Right. I'm not coming back.
Very good.
Right, Nick.
Want to know this on ITV? Did we only use...
Did you say one time?
I'm literally going to think of that every time I go for in the shop, you know, I think you.
Did you see one time D's?
No, I didn't. Tiny
like,
T's.
He's off
That sounds really old.
Tiny D's television. The messages that we see, like when you come on stuff like it was the day I was in Manchester for the Sky Sports thing, and I see all the lads away was and you were in Norfolk. Were you in Norfolk?
Norfolk.
Norfolk.
I thought Emil will do it. Emil will do it. As he doesn't start well there until people do it. And you ever seen the episode of Gavin and Stacey? Did you watch Gavin and Stacey?
No, I know.
Have you ever seen it?
I'm thinking what
So there's an episode of Gavin and Stacey where Mick, who's like Gavin's dad,
yes.
like he's walking along, he finds a dead body. So like they're going on saying, oh, he's going to be on the news, that he's got recorded as a witness, blah 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 blah. So he has all the family
Bear
around.
in mind that I did 5 minutes in front of the camera with this Christmas.
He has all the family around, right? Already watching it. All his mates are ringing him saying, oh, I've got it turned on waiting for you. He gets like a 3-second clip on the news.
He says, I found the body.
Real.
Yeah, I know, I got 15 seconds.
So I'm sat there, the full family does me, Wallace. The parents are sitting there, the army's going to get on the news. And it starts off saying, oh, Emil from Gallagher's Shot YouTube channel gives an introduction to his player ratings, blah, blah, blah. Then
Just me in the kitchen.
There's 3 words that come out of his mouth. Then it goes to
I can do it for you if you want. Shall I do it for you? Shall I do it for you now?
What did you say?
That pre-season buzz, it does get you kind of excited.
And that was it.
And that was it.
That's something like that. Amazing.
I know, never mind.
It was the best. It was the best.
Hey, I'll take it.
Well, last one, I just went,
Yeah.
was that it? Which is like quite a lot of people.
I was going to say, you must be here. Did that a few times.
Right, Francis Marshall, back to the good days here. Did we only use 2 substitutes because Bruce thought the team was good enough, or did he just forget?
Who's
2 substitutes?
Did we only use 2 subs? I, Shelby, and Longstaff, and no one else.
Did Mudu was on the bench? Surely he would have
Didn't come on.
He was on
2 subs. You're
Well, we had 94 defenders on the bench, though, didn't we? So
breathing.
that was the problem. Everyone was a defender.
Yeah.
So
Who did you have on the bench then? Was it?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, well, you had Kraft,
My name's
Williams.
Clark, was Clark there?
No.
No,
Clark even at the 20.
no, he was. I Clark.
Fernandez, see there?
Fernandez was on the bench.
That was the problem. He had 4 defenders.
I don't think Clark was he?
He was, Clark, So you had Clark, Fernandez, Kraft, Williams, Saint, and Muto. Well, is that right?
And a goalkeeper. Do we not have a goalkeeper?
Aye, Darlow were there.
And Darlow,
So take Clark out and put Darlow in.
I don't think Clark was there. Yeah,
Take
Yeah,
Clark out and put
7
Darlow
subs, can you?
in. So 5 defenders and that's
Check the
it.
programme.
Colback was on there.
Second, can he spare clubs in case the Bravka boycotts?
Well, that was the problem, though. Like, I know he's saying there, like, but what sub could you make?
Yeah.
You know,
He
what
didn't
could you?
forget then.
Well, it wasn't I forgot, but what can you do?
Rafa just used to make 1 and 2 subs some games.
Aye, and the other thing was as well, like, it was quite an early substitution. Shelby went off early.
4 subs. 4
That was,
subs.
that was forced, that one, the Shelby one, like.
Because I turned to you and we were watching it, I went, hey, if this was Rafa, we'd be making this sub in the 87th minute. Shelby's been running with that knock for about a week.
7 subs.
Well, I had 7
What's
subs.
that? Oh, is that the new rule?
Oh, is that new rule? Fair enough then, aye.
Servo was probably there.
7 defenders. We've got 7
It's
defenders.
better for your squad. So you've got, we had 4 defenders. That makes it even worse that we didn't have a centre midfielder.
That does make it even worse.
God, oh mate, 7 and not what? That's ridiculous, that.
Bruce out.
That is his fault, that. I'm sorry, that is his fault. Like,
I don't know, we've just gone full circle.
Yeah. No, that is his fault, that. Like. Sorry.
Okay, that's alright. Unibrow Mario asks, who's better, strategy Steve, probably McLaren, or strategy Steve? Who's better, McLaren or Bruce?
It just depresses us, like, just thinking about this. Like,
I'd 100% rather have Bruce and McLaren, like every single day of the week.
McLaren's first game was 2-2 Southampton, Wijnaldum getting the 2 goals, wasn't it?
McLaren came in, and people are saying, "Oh, he's a great coach."
I got excited about
stuff like that. Then obviously it felt like massively straight away. But like Bruce, you haven't had that. He's this, is this. Of course, he was a good player.
I would rather have Bruce and McLaren, like every single day of the week. I would. And I suppose you might be saying, well, it's a bigger sample size, isn't it?
So at the time when McLaren got brought in,
I wasn't happy with that one. Like.
So McLaren and Bruce, would you went Bruce then?
Yes, I would.
Would you?
I just dislike McLaren utterly. I just never liked him at all. But I do actually think he's a good coach. I do. Assistant manager at Man United apparently was amazing.
Yeah.
But there's a big difference between
stepping up.
Yeah, of course there is.
He did it right with Borough.
And in fairness, you know,
and Sunderland.
McLaren.
Oh, Bruce,
he had a shit bunch of players, you know. I know they might have been talented and they cost money, but they were shite.
Who, McLaren?
Some bad attitudes in that dressing room at that point, and he just wasn't big enough to be able to manage that. But yeah,
too soft, wasn't he?
Which I don't think.
Touch.
I don't think in this squad. I think we've got a much better characters in there.
Lascelles didn't materialise until after McLaren had gone. And that's when he became, the game when he came out after the match and said all that stuff. Yeah. I think that you've got a stronger.
Was it McLaren that made Lascelles captain?
No. Rafa.
No.
Was it? No, it was the season going into the relegation season.
Rafa made Lascelles captain?
Nah.
He did?
No, he didn't.
I'm sure the photos leading in that season. Because Jamal had his shirt off and he was wearing a captain's armband.
No, because Rafa had come in and everyone was wondering, would Rafa keep Lascelles as captain?
I'm sure so McLaren made...
Was Lascelles captain?
Yeah.
Wait, no,
he got made captain in that interim period before Benitez come in.
Who did he take over from? Did we sell someone? Colaccini? He didn't go in January. Colaccini was there till the end of the year, man, wasn't he?
Lascelles definitely was captain before Rafa, you know. I'm telling you.
No, he was.
Definitely was, he was. Yeah, he was.
Sure he was?
When did Colaccini leave for San Lorenzo?
I can't remember.
Because he was the last captain, wasn't he?
Aye, he was, aye. Did he not leave in the January window?
Injured.
Oh, injured. Well, anyway.
I'm still trying to get my head around that Papi Cisse played on a Rafa Benitez.
Yeah.
I still can't get that in my head.
Yeah, that's crazy, like.
I'm sure Lascelles was captain that season we got relegated.
Not all of it he wasn't. Not all of it.
I don't think so.
Was he?
No, definitely not all of it. It was Colaccini was because Colaccini stayed and that was meant to be the, amazing.
So what was the season where Yarmat punched the wall?
That was
that relegation season?
That was the moment.
So is that when he came out and said Lascelles should be captain?
Yes.
Because he started
and he got the captaincy in between that end of the season, because then the whole talk was, would Rafa remain captain?
I don't know.
Sure, you wouldn't.
Right, just Google the Leicester game, Rafa. The Leicester game we got beat 1-0 and who was captain in that match?
Was that the one where Williamson got sent off, allegedly? On purpose?
No, that was in a cover.
That was in a cover,
That
Leicester game was over.
Colaccini would have played that game.
That Asian lad, what's he called?
I'm so confused.
Should
we move on to the next ones?
Yeah. Well, he's looking for that.
Yeah, well...
So I'll be screaming.
Daryl Mitchell-Hill, his first question involves the Norwich game, so we'll cover that in the preview, but we'll move on to the other two that he's done. Do you think all three of Miggy, Joelinton, ASM... That sounds like something rude every time I say that.
ASM.
Alan San Maximin need to play, and how do you fit them into the team? In brackets, who do you sacrifice?
So I would love to see all three of them play, but then I would worry, thinking, who do you sub on for them? So if you're chasing the game and put all those three on the pitch,
Carroll,
you haven't got much up.
When's he's available? Apparently, I was listening to another podcast today.
You're listening to that podcast?
Football Ramble, sorry guys. Universe.
No, we'll let it go for that once.
Cheers. It was Pete Donaldson, so it's all right. Looking for throw your candidates. He said that apparently Carroll said he's running outside now. He's just.
I heard that when he signed. I didn't like that at all.
He's just started running outside.
Can he run inside?
Don't know.
That was
Is there a difference between running inside and outside?
He's been running inside.
I think
he must. I think.
What?
It'll be the ground, like on man. Be the ground. So when he's running, he'll be like in a gym.
He's not a horse.
No, but that's what because
well,
it comes in. So when he's in the gym, he'll be running. What's up?
Was captain. Benitez was captain.
No, but before that was before the the championship season though.
Bruce did it.
4th of August 2016. Lascelles was chosen by Benitez to become the new.
Oh well, maybe you're right then.
All right, fair enough then.
Cheers.
Fair enough, wrong.
You can look at the Leicester squad. Who was captain that game?
That's the game I want to know, aye.
Was it not Sissoko?
Because obviously you're not going to change your captain mid-season, but someone must have took over that armband if someone got injured.
Was it not Sissoko?
Possibly. Who was in goal? Krull?
Aye, but he was never captain.
Don't know.
Might have been Sissoko, you know.
We've gone off.
Might have been.
I think Sissoko took the
Rafa
armband
loves
after.
him.
Gouffran had the captain's armband for a bit.
No,
Everyone had a go.
Dummett have it.
I don't know.
He might not.
Shelby, did he have it?
Yes, definitely Shelby
Who do
did.
you sacrifice?
Who do you sacrifice? Because my worry is I don't really want to see Hayden, Shelby or Longstaff not play.
I think you've got to have Miggy and Gillett in there from the start.
Oh, of course,
I think Sam Maximin's a brilliant impact sub for now.
But what he's saying though is if you play them three, who is it you sacrifice?
Drops.
He wants to play them three,
So
so
it's one
who
of
do
your
you let go?
midfielders you haven't a drop.
Oh, sorry.
You've got to let Hayden or Longstaff or Shelby go, one of them. And that is quite tough.
I mean,
I think.
after,
Shelby, you know my thoughts. I'll say Shelby all day long.
but then you'd say maybe Longstaff needs a bit of time to fight for his place.
Do you not think you earned it last season and Shelby didn't?
I would say Shelby played better.
Really?
Just gone.
Well, in that game?
If we're basing it on Arsenal going forward, you've got to kind of get to a point where you say what happened last season. And if Longstaff's going to take a bit of time to get back from this injury, then
I really like Longstaff.
I love Longstaff, and I want him to. It's that whole thing of he'll run through a brick wall for Newcastle.
I'd defend Shelby, and I would say I'd go Hayden Shelby.
I think Shelby's Bruce's golden boy now.
I hope so.
I'd go the opposite. I'd go Longstaff Hayden.
I'm not saying
Because I think you get a lot more even tracking back off Longstaff. I think he's just got more in him. I honestly think he does.
It's dangerous because
I know Shelby can pass a ball out. Of course he can. But for every one decent pass, he's going to high four in the stands.
The thing is, you've got a really difficult decision.
Longstaff couldn't find a shirt on Saturday.
He couldn't.
Couldn't find a shirt.
You've got Longstaff who you need to keep happy. You've got Hayden who you need to keep happy. You've got Shelby who you need to try and keep happy.
Yeah, I think
if any of them get pissed off, they'll be like, all right, I'm going in January. Hayden chose to stay. God knows what made him stay. Longstaff.
You listen to the podcast and you realise how long it took to get him.
Someone tweeted him saying, please stay. That was it. Right. Number 3, just from Daryl there. How do we stop future breakdowns in communication like that which led to the goal?
There should never be a breakdown in communication. If someone goes to you and goes, you're playing on the left hand side, we've literally brought a player off, you're going over and standing where that bastard should be over there. You know where you're supposed to be standing.
So again, we'll go back to what we said earlier on, right, about this negativity around Bruce and around everything at the minute. No one is pointing the finger at Will Elms, really.
Yeah.
Could he have just getting it wrong?
Yeah.
Probably yes.
Yeah.
Could like a member doesn't understand nothing. Thick as out. Doesn't understand anything. Hence why Rafa didn't trust him and didn't like him. So maybe Bruce has said 3 or 4 times, I want you to play here. Blah 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 blah. Great. He goes on, just doesn't do it.
Did it take the ball to go out of play before you were readjusted? Because it was a good 2 minutes, wasn't it?
It was a couple of minutes. Is
that what it was? Just waiting for the ball to go out.
Obviously no one could listen to the manager because they're concentrating on the game.
Yeah.
Then when the ball went out of play, he then managed to get the instruction, and then it went wrong anyway. When he put him in the position he should have been in, we made the mistake. So,
I think that mistake will remedy the future ones. It was a moment of madness like that where Willems just wasn't there, and that'll be drilled into them next week.
Yeah, I agree with
those types of things. You don't see people do them again.
Yeah.
Unless imagine if he did it every week, every single week. Harry writes, how long till we can judge Bruce because of results? Have to remember Rafa lost 10 games in a row. What are your opinions?
McLaren got loads of games.
Yeah.
Rafa got loads of games.
I don't understand why we can't give this manager time.
You've got to give it a good third of the season, don't you?
Totally agree.
It feels like Mike Ashley's managing the club the way people are going on. Like Mike has literally stood on the edge of that box and being like,
I'm going to say something. Everyone in the ground, I think, were there was no sort of bad stuff towards Bruce. He touched the ball a few times. There was no boos or nothing, which I honestly thought there was going to be. I didn't hear. There was no nothing bad towards him. A lot of negativity on social media. Maybe people outside the ground. Don't get us wrong, but inside, I didn't feel that anyone was having to go at him or anything.
Look, we've got to be honest here. No one wanted Bruce to get the job. No one expected him to get the job, but he's here.
You've got to say Christmas.
You've got to give them the same time as what other managers decide.
You've got to say Christmas.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Because Christmas is the vital point that if Bruce isn't really not doing the job...
Stick our twist in it.
That's when we've got to go, right.
Yeah, I agree.
And maybe that'll force some change.
But then I worry who can follow.
Jesus, man. I mean, the McLaren game, McLaren got till, I remember I got beat off Stoke away, I think it was, and I thought,
afterwards,
this must be it.
And
it still wasn't. Shaqiri, yeah. Windy, rain, awful, wasn't it?
The worst day ever.
I thought this has to be the game.
Weather.
And we still kept them on. And I was like, what the hell are we doing? So, and I'm sure that was around about Christmas time.
That was when Janmat fronted the fans. It was January. It's just after New Year. It was the end of January, and then he got the boot shortly afterwards.
Yep. So he got a couple of back-to-back decent results, didn't he? And that kept him going for a little bit longer.
You know which one game it was? It was the you got Liverpool at home before Christmas.
Is that the 2-0 one?
Aye, Wijnaldum.
Yeah, had a great game.
We beat Norwich, didn't we? At some point, we hammered them.
That was the first win, though. That took until October for McLaren. We've had two managers now, Rafa Benitez and Steve McLaren. Not to say they're exactly the same, but both managers had awful starts to their
And we might have another one now. We might have another one, but we'll see. But you've got to give them time. You have to give them time. Yeah. You've got to. If you give McLaren time, for Christ's sake, you have to give him time.
I say Christmas. That's when I start getting a bit annoyed. Liam, NUFC 1998. Thoughts on that boycott against Arsenal, if there was one?
Failed.
Yeah.
Failed.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw they had to zoom in on the comfy seats. So
the zoomed in around corporate and zoomed in on the level 7 when obviously I didn't go to the game, you went to the game.
Yeah.
Those
the emptiest of what we're
going to get tarnished now. People are saying, "Oh, the lads went to the game and the blah blah blah, scabs blah blah blah." No, pack it in, right?
I'm not a season ticket holder, so I can't speak.
So
properly.
Me and Dak are both season ticket holders. I hadn't even made my mind up until I would say about 20 minutes before kick-off, and I just went, nah, I'll stay out.
You even said to me, you were like, and a few days before, you said, you were getting that buzz about wanting to go back. I was surprised you didn't go in. I was shocked, but what made you do it?
I don't know. Was
it the rain?
It was the rain.
Bloody rain.
I was fucking soaking. I was absolutely soaking. Recording, my phone's knackered off recording videos before the game.
How was your screen?
And I don't know, mate. And I was at the point
Steve Bruce's fault, though.
I think it was a bit of everything. The excitement just left us the closer we got to the game.
You said
the build up to the weekend, I was thinking, it's going to be great, and I think
it was the what
it sounded ridiculous, but it just the whole day was shit. It was just shit. I think it's because I left the house.
Because you were sat with me all day.
I think I left the house and it was just fucking wet.
Aye.
And I was just shit. And I was like, I can't be fucked with this.
I was absolutely buzzing. I'm not going to lie. I was absolutely buzzing. Couldn't wait.
I was dying. I was hungover as well. I was dying.
I was excited for it.
But
going back to the question, it was
going forward now. There's literally no point trying to organise any boycott in the future.
No,
it's not.
There was, what was it, 48 people were saying. There's no way there was that
it was
many
47.5, so you probably dropped that by about 5,000 for season ticket holders like myself whose ticket would have counted but I didn't go in. So let's say 42.
There wasn't.
That's a massive failure.
There was no way that there was 10,000 empty seats.
Really?
Mate, I'm telling you, no way.
To
the Leeds' end, I would say there was a fair few. There was a few pockets. That was about it.
It was a massive
Gallagher was absolutely rammed. Mine was rammed. East Ham was rammed.
I just don't get how people can come out and then say, "Oh well, Bruce cocked that all up for us," and yet it's like, well, if he's the main problem, you didn't want to be in there, then why did you go in the first place?
It's one of those things I tweeted out early in the morning saying, "We'll find out soon if it's social media or if it's true reflection of match-going Newcastle United fans." This whole boycott thing, it proved that it's social media driven. Absolutely. It's all that it is. It kind of transferred to the streets and to the season ticket holders and to the people that go to the games.
Yeah, but I think because the want isn't there, the want to not go isn't there because 47,500 or whatever don't think it's that bad.
Yeah.
Because if it was that bad, then they wouldn't go. I think if we're in League One and we're absolutely shit, then people wouldn't go. But people, I'm not trying to say I'm one of them, but there is people there going, "Well, is right. We're still in the Premier League. We've spent 60 odd million. I'm quite excited by a few players. I'm going to go." So I know people say it's a social media thing, but there's so many fans out there don't think it's bad enough to not go.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. Otherwise, they wouldn't be fucking sitting there if it was that bad.
Yeah. So like, I think any future boycotts, it'll be even worse. That on Sunday has killed any future boycotts for me. Because like that's 3 now I've done. That's 3 boycotts, and I would say every single one of them's been a failure.
I was stunned at how many was there. I have to be honest with you. It was really busy.
What was it down from last season? Someone put it out.
So it was a couple of thousand.
Like 51,
was that
51
not pre-season or some bullshit like that?
What's
one?
that? Tottenham.
No, they said there was 4,000 less or something. So I think they said there was 48,000. Is that right?
Tickets sold. It was like 47.
So I think there was 45 there because I do think there was a few thousand that said, by the statistics were there, but they weren't. If that makes sense.
Imagine if you came on the microphone and there are 17,000 empty seats today. Enjoy the game.
Honestly, there wasn't many. Like, I couldn't believe how busy the Gallagher was. That was random.
It took the TV 12 minutes to find some empty seats. You said that 12
And
minutes.
it was the Leaders end that was the pockets. There was a few pockets
Yeah.
below, like where
There.
the away fans is, just below there. That's where they were, but there wasn't that many.
People were moving to get out of the rain. That's what it was. Like
Shit in the Gallagher.
over capacity in the East Stand, just all hunched at the back. Last couple of years, last one actually, because we've already answered Neil Gia's first one about learning from mistakes. What we said basically, I think we'll learn from the mistakes on that one. But he says, this is an interesting one. How many games do you think it's going to take for people to turn on Almiron for not scoring, even though he brings more to the team than being a goal scorer?
Totally agree with him there.
I think it's close,
Do you think it's close?
I don't think so.
I think it's close,
I
think if he gets a few chances where, of course, you appreciate what he does for the team, but I think if he gets a couple of chances where they're straight at the keeper and stuff like that, that's when I think that people will start worrying.
But everyone's always said, though, all of the chances he had last season, they were kept out by, like, the hand of God, something utterly bizarre happened where it was like, how is that possible?
I wish he had scored that first one.
that
first one when he chipped his very first game?
Oh, yeah.
God, if that one had went in, it would have just...
It was at Huddersfield, yeah. And he got hacked down, man. Got the red card.
He would have just parked all of that shit, you know what I mean? But
I worry sometimes about the power in his shot, because they look a bit weak at some points. But the keepers are just picking them from the sky, like, just, thanks.
Where's this idea come from, though, that Almiron has to score? Because he scored loads in the States.
He's brought in to score goals, isn't he?
Yeah, but is he a striker?
No, he's definitely not.
He's an attacking midfielder who provides the balls in, and the amount of times that he set up for Rondon and Perez.
But you look at some of the other teams that have got attacking midfielders and they're scoring goals. That's the problem.
All right.
I would say Perez. I used to judge Perez with goals as well,
and
I wouldn't say Perez is a striker. If you're a number 10, I do think he brings a lot to it, and he's very, very dangerous. But I have to be honest, I'm expecting him to score. Like,
I don't think Almiron makes stupid decisions until the death, though. That's when people start getting angry because you can't say you're going to be angry with him from the start of that game when he was actually trying stuff and he was one of the only ones who was coming up with the goods.
He had a great first half.
I mean, he tore through Arsenal a couple of times.
Yeah,
it was a shame about the dive.
He was really good the first half. Like, he was brilliant. And I said exactly what I think. I've just said, I don't know. I said it with my dad. I was like, he offers so much more than a goal. He's so important. He's so important to it. But I do think that if he let's say we go 10 games and he still hasn't scored, there's going to be people asking questions.
I'm not saying I'm one of them, but there will be people out there.
What if he's not scoring but we're winning?
Then
whole
different
story.
Nobody will worry about that.
Because someone's scoring goals, but if we're in a team where no one's scoring them, that's what he's been brought in to do: score goals.
All right.
And that's that, I think, is it?
Well done.
Last question. What does Almiron taste with ketchup?
Dick, I'll eat anything with ketchup.
There you go.
Anything.
Anything. Angel delight.
Right, thanks for watching. Thanks to Guillermo Clothing. Thanks to GEORDIE Gifts. He's still staring at the camera right now. So you get discounts with both those companies. You get 20% off Guillermo, and you get 10%
you get a meal
off
for two.
With GEORDie Gifts. You get a meal for two. Yeah, so if you go into any of your local Tesco and just say meal for two, you also get 10% off that one as well. Thanks. Bye.
Do you?
Nah, you don't.
It's going to be a promo code for next week.
Yeah, Tesco. All them on board.
Phones for